Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest forecast heading into this Wednesday. It was a beautiful day yesterday. Yeah, a little on the breezy side. Winds are expected to increase a little bit over these next couple of days, so keep that in mind. You can see wind gusts were right around 30 for most areas, but did have a 41 mile per hour wind gust in Concordia. And I expect it to be very similar for today, and then maybe even increasing a little bit for tomorrow. Highs back in the 80s for today, and maybe even in the upper 80s out towards north central Kansas, and that's going to be the trend again for tomorrow. We're also monitoring the fire danger concern for today, mainly for our western communities, and we'll expand just a little bit farther to the east for tomorrow with a little bit stronger wind. So if you are going to do any burning, which is not recommending this red flag warning, but if you're outside of it, and if you're going to do any burning today, please make sure that it's put out properly and just supervise it like no other, because these winds are not expected to weaken anytime soon, even at night. And so any fires that do get going could quickly get out of hand and, of course, lead to the air quality concerns, especially west of Highway 75 later on today, according to Supercast here, with surface smoke we've been dealing with over the last several days. So that'll be something to be mindful of. Otherwise, wind gusts today with winds out of the south-southwest, once again gusting around 30 miles per hour. And then as we head towards tomorrow, perhaps a little bit stronger at times, near 35 miles per hour, possibly a 40 mile per hour wind gust, and we will continue to stay dry. Then the attention turns to Friday storm chance, mainly after sunset, but there is still a chance during the day that there could be some isolated storms, especially out towards central Kansas. And then that rainfall will bring a cold front to the area and bring us much cooler temperatures for the weekend. And while not quite as warm as what we have this week, at least a little bit of moderating temperatures as we head into next week. Let's talk about next week. Let's talk about this weekend's storm system. This is our short-term computer model, which only goes out till 7 o'clock, so I can't advance this anymore, at least as I'm recording this. Later on today, we'll be able to see it a little bit for midday. But here's 7 o'clock, showing some storms already in north central Kansas. Now, we are going to be monitoring the risk of severe weather for Friday evening, especially before midnight. Possibly in a few spots after midnight. We'll continue to fine-tune this forecast, but areas along and south of I-70 will have the highest probability of severe weather for Friday evening. Yes, all hazards are possible, but I think very large hail is going to be the primary concern. So you want to start thinking about this. This is Friday evening. Many of you may just turn off your minds when it comes to weather or news or anything like that, just wanting to be away and enjoy the weekend. Perfectly fine on a normal basis. Don't do that this week. Don't do this Friday evening. Have a plan. Know where you're going. Know what to do in the event of a warning being issued in your area for the Friday night time frame. Obviously, as we get closer to this time frame, we'll have more details on what you need to know and where the best opportunity of severe weather is going to be and when. But everyone, no matter where you are, even if you're in the margin risk, has to prepare for what you're going to do Friday evening, what plans do you have, where you're going to be, and what you're going to do in the event of a warning being issued. Now, the uncertainty is how quickly will the rain develop and storms develop, and how quickly will the rain move out of the area. Our European model here has most of the rain off to our east by 1 o'clock, leaving us in dry conditions by the afternoon and into Sunday. No doubt about it, it will be dry on Sunday. This model also is indicating anywhere between a quarter inch and half inch for most spots as far as the rainfall is concerned. Obviously, some locally heavy rainfall is also possible within some of the thunderstorms. The GFS wants to linger rain a little bit longer into Saturday, and this is certainly something that we'll be monitoring closely, because however long rain lingers into Saturday will depend on how warm it will last. And there is some snow mixing in off to our northeast as well, so temperatures are going to be cold enough in this area, but certainly dry by Sunday. As far as the rain is concerned for this, maybe a little bit heavier rain. Some areas getting close to an inch in the GFS. So right now, it looks like many spots will have at least 0.2 of an inch of rain with this system. It's just going to be a matter of how long will it last on Saturday, and then for sure Sunday will be dry. Will Saturday afternoon be dry? That'll be something we'll continue to fine-tune, as well as the severe weather risk for Friday evening. And then we'll keep an eye on the storm system as we head into the first half of next work week. Some timing differences in that computer model and the computer models as well, as far as when the rain will fall next week. but I'll have it for Tuesday night and adjust that if needed as it gets closer here in the coming days. But enjoy the warm weather over these next couple of days. Watch out for the winds, though, and the fire danger threat, otherwise the severe weather threat by Friday evening.